What is an exponential organization? An exponential organization is one whose impact is disproportionately large, at least 10% larger at 10% of the cost. Welcome to our exponential organization.
This whole digital world and digitization, which all of you are busy at with customers, is really creating a different world. It's moving much faster than it used to. Today you've got to do 5-minute plans because in 10 minutes time life's changed. And so really what you have to do is you have to go and imagine what it's going to be like in 5 years, 10 years time. What is technology doing? What is the world doing? Who are your competitors going to be? What does your customer look like? What are they looking for? And then you have to bring that back to today. I call it the zoom out, zoom in strategy.
And that scale on the left-hand side is effectively an exponential scale. Because between 20 to 30 and 35, 40, yeah, you're tracking, it's linear. But for every point you can add after that, as you start to go up into these higher ranges, that's where you see the opportunities come at an exponential scale.
At least my experience with consultants when it comes to digital transformation is most of them lack practical experience. So they're fantastic in putting a PowerPoint together and pretty much telling you everything you have to do in principle, but they have very little experience executing.
The biggest thing in the market right now is identity. It is the thing that breaks almost every customer experience, including logging into the public cloud. I have two-factor, typing my email address, my password, an SMS. It's a huge thing. So I'm pushing for self-sovereign identity across South Africa. It's a huge deal. It makes every interaction with any customer, corporate or retail, transform.
What we do is we work with executive teams like yourselves all around the world, trying to help people understand what are these waves of change, what's coming down the track that's going to make things completely different.
各位观众朋友们，大家好，我是由新华社和搜狗公司联合培育的 AI 合成主播。从今天起，我从桌子后面走到了台前，由过去的作者播新闻升级城战历史播报。
Created an artificial intelligence anchor, not even a real human being. Lines of code now actually reading the news, standing there like a human being. That's what we're able to do in this crazy world that we're living in today.
Exponential world requires exponential leadership. That requires every single one of you in this room either leave the organization or shift. The choice is entirely yours. We need to become what we now call e-VUCA leaders. Remember the VUCA world? Volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous? Remember that world? It's changed.
Please don't say no. Please don't say profit. Please move into a how can we help each other to go and do this crazy, crazy thing type mindset. Because it's a lot easier when the ideas are out here and they're incredibly stupid to go and then turn them into actionable ideas which you can use to turn EOH from linear to exponential.
I think one of the things that I thought was almost possibly a little bit scary was the fact that we're almost just at the bottom of what they call a sort of technology tsunami.
Let's just start talking to each other in the family across the boundaries that we impose in the room. Step one.
If you think about it a little too hard, you probably start thinking you might become obsolete quite quickly, but hopefully we're in an organization that can keep up with that sort of trend and pace, and that's within that environment, which is like really super exciting.
So we're starting to think about the world beyond tomorrow and what is the new dream for the organization. And you can see the energy in the eyes really when you look at the room from the front.
The last 10 years have been quite quick. The next 30 years is going to be like something we can't even comprehend. And you need to understand that if you're going to go and start designing and building products and services for the future. Otherwise, you're going to be left way, way behind.
I think now is an opportunity for us to define ourselves, define what that future looks like, and how we're going to get there, and how we're going to take the rest of South Africa with us.
I'm excited to see a corporate interested in changing the way they work. So the aha moments is just seeing that the rest of the business is keen to change change and the power behind it, and that's what I'm excited about.
The new management has definitely brought a whole new fresh perspective to everything at EOH, and definitely better. There's a lot to stick around for.
You will have 3 minutes. It will count down behind you. The buzzer will go, your 3 minutes are done, mic switched off. And then the dragon will have 2 minutes to ask you a critical question.
The dragon.
We're presenting today what we call Talent X.
We're the Atomic Chimps, and we believe in bringing humanity to technology.
So our MTP is turning ideas into reality.
So our MTP is citizens making communities safer. We are the Purple Rainmakers, our MTP, which is placing power in your hands.
Our MTP is about owning your identity, and it's really about taking back that self-sovereign identity.
Our concept is tomorrow medicine, right? So never to be ill again is the MTP.
There's this growing trend, especially amongst millennials. There's this lack of trust in the people that govern us, and this is a global thing. They are serving us. So how can we close those feedback loops? Let's turn it on its head and give the governments a rating.
A concept called Unilink. I think one thing that resonated massively to our group during the video was a statement by Andy from APSA talking about the lack of skills in the market.
Obviously the winning MTP, in case anyone forgot, unlocking human potential to move the world. We have a shortage of work-ready skills. We know that those problems exist.
So there are 10 trees per team, and Stephen has kindly agreed to double the number. So for every tree donated by a team member, there's also a tree donated by EOH as a group. In the third place, we have, drum roll, the Mean Green Machine. In the second place, we have the Purple Dragon. And in first place, Exponential. Stand up, round of applause. Well done, guys.
EXO needs openness and transparency. The whole thing about Exponential is no friction. If you can have an MTP or a BHAG or whatever they call it of no friction, that means open, transparent. You've got to have the conversations. But lastly, such a great team, please, we are not going to succeed unless you're all happy and you're all having fun and you're all in control of it. I'm just here to try and coordinate the traffic. So if you need me in a monthly innovation meeting, that's where I'll be. But you need to tell me what you want me to do, and I'll make sure it happens.
Welcome to our Exponential organization.